So let's continue. Okay, continue natin. Make sure they're just requesting. Okay, so we can make use of this, -3, 4. And this is our theta, di ba? This is our reference angle. Okay, sorry. This is our reference angle. This is the angle that we're trying to look for, all right? Because our terminal side can be found on the second quadrant. Okay. So here, how do we solve for this? We can use tangent theta is equal to b over a. Yan yung formula natin. So tangent theta is equal to our b is 4 and our a is -3. And theta is equal to inverse tan for -4 over 3. Ganyan. Okay? So since it's not special angle, then we cannot solve for the specific value of theta. That's why we need to use calculator here. Kyle, do you have calculator? Approximately, what's the value of theta? Do you have calculator, Kyle? Let's try solving for this one, for this problem. Okay, can you provide me the value? How about in degree form? Or radian? Naka-radian na ba yan? Sige, I'll try to use the GeoGebra. Okay, yung GeoGebra natin, ano nga ba yun? Tangent, sorry, arctan, 4 over -3. Ayan, -53.13. Diba? Nakita mo? Ito. This is the value of the inverse tan. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so -53.13 degrees. Diba? Ayan siya. Okay. Why negative? Okay. Okay. Because the value, all right, the value of the, I mean, ano nga ba yun? The GeoGebra computed for the tangent negative of 4/3. Okay? Hindi niya kinonsider kung alin yung negative, yung 4 ba or yung -3. And for sure, ang kinonsider niya dito ay 4 yung negative, which is the y. So nandito. So nandito yung angle. Ayan, ganyan. So ito yung kinuha niya, kaya siya nag-negative. Okay? So, but it's just the reference angle. Okay? Reference angle lang naman to eh. Actually, hindi siya reference angle kasi ito yung reference angle natin if we're going to consider the point. Diba? So, hindi natin ito paniniwalaan. Pero, or this is not yet the final answer. However, we can use this for us to solve for the given principal angle measure. Okay? So, if this is -53.13 degrees, now what's the measure of this angle? Ito. Anong measurement niya? Ganun din. Okay? Ayan, that's right. Add 180 lang. So this is 53.13 degrees. Pero itong hinahanap natin. Diba? Ito yung degree natin eh. Kasi reference angle lang naman to. So which means that our theta is equal to 180 minus 53.13 degrees. Ilan ba yun? 126.987 degrees. Tama ba? Kaya dapat ang tawag dito? Dapat accurate ha, kasi nag-round off na tayo dito eh. So, dapat mas accurate tayo. Okay, yeah, tama yon. Okay, so our final measure of theta is equal to 128. Tama ba ko, Kyle? 120, sorry, 126 pala to. 126.87 degrees. Okay? Gets? So this is our final answer if we are going to make use of calculator. Okay? Now, what if hindi tayo gagamit ng calculator? Ano bang, paano ba natin siya i-express? Let's say we're not going to make use of calculator and we're not allowed, because we're not allowed to do so. So ano bang gagawin natin? Ang gagawin natin ganito. This is our tangent. So inverse tan, ano nga ba to? 4/3 negative to. Malamang ibibigay sa atin dyan ay nandito. Okay? So this becomes pi plus tangent 4/3. Negative pala to. Ayan. Diba? So this is now our principal argument. Ito. Wala. Parang ito lang naman yun, no? Parang kinonvert lang natin into radian tong value na to. Diba? Am I correct? Okay. Or, better, if we're not just looking for the principal, we're looking for the argument, we have pi plus inverse tangent 4/-3 plus 2 pi k. Diba? Ganun. Ayan. Or, to make it simpler, sige, I'll rewrite. So, inverse tan, ang dami, no? So, 4/3, ang daming pwedeng isulat, plus pi plus 2 pi k, where k is an element of integers, is equal to tan, or we can rewrite that in this form, plus pi 2k plus 1, where k is an element of integers. Ayan. So either way, pwede. Okay? So dapat alam mo kung you know what the values of the theta are for you to finally find the value of the principal. Okay? Nakuha ba yun, Kyle? Okay. Now, question. Bakit ang binigay sa atin ni GeoGebra at ni calculator ay negative, sana ba yun? Ito. Bakit ito yung binigay sa atin? Bakit, sir, hindi na lang positive 53.13 or 126.87? Bakit kaya, Kyle? Do you know the reason? Kasi ginawang negative yung 4. Okay, pwede rin yun. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Pero there is more valid reason why the calculator make use of this. Okay. Now, ano bang ginagawa natin? Ay, sorry, wala pa lang inverse to. I forgot. Okay. Now, the question is, what are we dealing with? Diba? We're dealing with, sorry. We're dealing with inverse tangent. B/A. Ano nga ba yung range ng theta natin? Yeah, what is the range of this value? Y/X. Ano nga ba yung range nito? Do you still remember? It's 0 to 360? No. Do you still remember the graph? Diba that's pi/2, negative pi/2 to pi/2. Diba? Do you still remember the inverse functions? Yes. Okay? Kasi pag nasa unit circle tayo, mag-undefine siya dito. Wait. Yeah. Mag-undefine siya dito. So hindi pala siya, ayan, nakalimutan ko rin, no? So this is just equal to less than or greater than pi/2. Hindi kasama ito. Ayan, dito lang yung angle niya. Pag inverse trigonometric function, kasi pag nandito siya magiging undefined yan. Diba? So, it's negative pi/2 to pi/2. That's why we were given negative 53.13 kasi nandito siya. Nandito yung angle. Okay? Pag ganun, di ba? Nandito yung point natin. Alright? So, did you get it, Kyle? Do you know now the relative? Okay, good. Alright. Okay, next. Next, polar form of a complex number. Okay, this is very important kasi ito na yung pinaka-lesson natin. Okay? So, hindi pa pala yung lesson? Hindi. Introductory part lang yun. Okay. Now, what do we mean by polar form of a complex number? When we say polar form, we can express the complex number into another form with the use of the sine and cosine and tangent and so on. But here, we are just going to make use of cosine and sine theta. All right? So let's say our complex number is a plus bi and theta be the argument, ito yun. Then the polar form of a complex number is given by this. Okay? Ganyan. So let's say this is our graph. And nandito yung A at nandito yung B. And this is AB. And this is our point. I mean our modulus. Diba? So this is our A, B, and this is our A. Okay, this is our radius. This is our theta. Now, sabi dito, the polar form of a complex number is the expression with the use of the argument and the radius or the modulus. Okay? Now, the question here is, this is our real axis, this is our imaginary axis, or this is our x, this is our y, right? The AB here can be expressed in terms of sine and cosine, correct? So A, B can be expressed in terms of sine and cosine. Paano ba natin to i-express? Sabi dito, sine theta is equal to what? Opposite over hypotenuse, that's B over R, correct? And cosine theta is equal to what? A over R. Tama ba? Tama naman, di ba? Okay. However, our values here are A and B lang naman. Walang radius na nakalagay dito. So, ano gagawin natin? This could be expressed as B is equal, sige na nga, dito na tayo. Okay, this could be expressed as B, dito na nga lang, R sine theta. And here, A is equal to R cosine theta. Did you get that, Kyle? Diba? Parang pinaglalaroan lang yung expressions. And if that's the case, then we can change A to R cosine theta and our B is R sine theta. Correct? Tama ba? Kyle, did you get it? Oo. Algebra and at the same time ay trigonometry. Okay? Parang basic trigonometry to, di ba? Since we have the radius and the theta, the sides, the opposite and adjacent, then we can use the Sakatawa, specifically the sine and cosine only. And then substitute lang for A and B. Okay? So therefore, pwede natin tong palitan si A. Si A ay magiging R cos theta plus R sine theta with the I. Kasi may I siya eh, di ba? Gets? So therefore, we could say that Z is equal to R cosine theta plus R I sine theta. Ayan. Ito na yung polar form ng complex number natin. So bale, ang form natin ay Z is equal to R cosine theta plus R I sine theta. Ayan. This is now our polar form. Did you get that, Kyle? Okay, good. Kaso, sabi dito, napakahaba naman ng expression na to. Now, is there a shorter way to write the expression? There is. Okay, paano, sir? So, ganito. Now, they have common factor r. So factor out natin. So cosine theta plus I sine theta. Okay? And sir, mahaba pa rin naman na. Oo nga, no? Mahaba pa rin naman. Sige pa, ikliin natin. So we're going to make use of this. R, C, I, S. Kaya, tapos yung theta niya. Theta nilang dalawa. So kaya ang mangyayari ay, if we're going to make it shorter, this becomes R, C, I, S, theta. That's why the polar form could be expressed in terms of R, cis, theta. Okay? Which is equivalent to this and which is also equivalent to this. Pare-pareho lang naman sila. Iba-iba nga lang yung pakakasulat. Okay? Did you get it, Kyle? Saan ba nagaling yung R? Sa radius. Yung C sa cosine. Yung I, eto. Yung S sa sine. Yung angle measure, yung argument niya sa theta nila. Anyway, yung theta dito ay pareho lang sa theta nito eh. Okay? So, pwede natin i-express yung polar form with the use of RC's theta. Okay? Did you get that, Kyle? Di ba parang iniiba-iba lang yung expression? Okay. So, now let's try using example number 2. Tingnan natin, convert daw into polar form. So, from complex number algebraic to trigonometry. Kasi nag-RCs na tayo eh, di ba? Standard polar form. Okay, so R given is Z is equal to 6 plus 6 squared root of 3. Siyempre, ang una nating, ang kailangan nating hanapin ay si R, si theta, di ba? Ganun lang naman yon. Okay, now there are two ways again on how to do this. Number one is method 1, the longer one, yung sinabi natin kanina, you can just sketch the graph if you want to. So 6, tapos ito naman ay 6 square root of 3. Tama, no? So nandito. Alright? Okay, so this is our 6, this is our 6 square root of 3. Question, what is our R, the radius or the modulus? Ano bang modulus natin? This is 12. No? Tama ba? Kyle? And this is what? This is 60 degrees or pi over 3. Yan, get it? Special angle siya, no? Nakuha? This is 30 eh. Half of, opposite of 30 degrees is half of the hypotenuse. Okay, good. So we have found, di ba? Nakuha na natin kaagad-agad. Okay, using trigonometry. So we already found the radius, which is 12, and the argument, which is pi over 3. Ayan. So, pwede na natin magamit kasi ito lang naman kailangan natin para ma-express natin into polar form eh. So, we could say that Z, ayan, i-convert na natin. So, we could say that Z in polar form is expressed as Z, ang R natin ay 12, cosine, ano nga ba yung angle? Pi over 3 plus 12 I sine pi over 3. Okay? Or, we can convert this into the shortest form using the RCs. So, Z is equal to, ano ba yung radius natin? Ang radius natin ay 12, cis, no? Parang sister lang. And pi over 3. Ayan. So, they're just equivalent expressions. Okay? Nakuha yung Kyle? Di ba, marami lang ginagawa, pero madali lang naman kunin. Okay? Gets? Okay. Now, let's recheck if we really got the correct value or the polar form. Sir, how do we recheck that? Okay. Ang nakuha natin ay Z is equal to 12 cosine pi over 3 plus 12i sine pi over 3. I-check na natin. Dapat makuha natin ay, ito yung makuha natin. 12. What is cosine pi over 3? Kyle, ano nga bang value nito? Cosine pi over 3. This is 1/2, no? Yan. plus I times 12 times, what is sine pi over 3? Okay, yeah, that's right. Square root of 3 over 2. Okay. Simplifying nga natin, this is 6 plus 6 din to. 6i square root of 3 is equal to z. Tingnan nga natin. Equal ba siya sa given? Ayun, equal. 'Di ba? So it means, tama ito. Tama yung sagot natin. Gets? Okay, good. Now, ano ba yung method 2? Yung method 2, actually, pareho lang naman eh. We're going to make use of the formula. Ano nga ba yung modulus natin? R is just equal to the absolute value of z, or the modulus, which is square root of a square plus b square. Diba? And our argument is equal to the inverse tan b over a. Ayan, solve natin. So, the radius is equal to, what is our a? Ang a natin ay 6 at ang b natin ay 6 square root of 3. Ayan. So what is our radius? This is 12. If we're going to do it manually. Alright? So nakuha na natin yung r. 12 ba yung r natin dito? Yes, it's 12. Ito. Pero mas maganda ito mismo, di ba? Kasi yun yung alam natin. And let's work on the argument. The inverse tan of negative b square root of 3 over 6. This is inverse tan square root of 3 over 1 to, di ba? Okay, tangent. Okay, so what is the value of theta? Theta here is pi over 3. Ayan. Kung isosolve mo. So, pareho lang naman siya, di ba? We got the same value. Ito. Ayan. Pero para sa akin, mas maganda ito kasi dito gamay mo na lahat eh. Dito baka magkamali ka pa dito. Pero it's up to you on how you're going to do it. Okay? Nakuha? Kyle? Okay, good. Ayan. I hope so. Okay, actually yun na yun eh. Okay? And let's have two examples. All right? So let's say, ito madali lang to. Z sub 1 is equal to 5, which is equal to 5 plus 0i. Ayan. Wait. Ang direct attack nito ay i-plot mo na yung point. Saan ba natin ito makikita? Dito. This is 5, 0. Diba? So, anong radius niya dito? Anong radius niya dyan? Kung i-analyze lang natin. Okay, good. What is our theta, the argument? Ayan, very good. Diba, ang dali lang? So, what is our polar form? R cis theta. O, substitute mo lang. 5 cis 0 radian. Ito na. Or this is equal to 5 cosine 0. Cosine 0 plus 5i sine 0. Pero okay na to sa akin. Mas maikli. Okay? Di ba ang bilis lang? Did you get that, Kyle? Okay, yan. Okay, next. Now, how about number 2? Negative 3. So number 2, z sub 2 is equal to negative 3. And this is equivalent to negative 3 plus 0i. So again, better if we're going to do the method 1. Negative 3, so here we go. This is negative 3, 0, right? This is 0. And what is our radius here? Ayan, good. What is our theta? Ayan, very good. Kasi it starts from the real axis. So, pi. So therefore, alam na natin, z, the polar form of the complex number negative 3 is equivalent to 3, what? Cis pi. Ayun na, tapos na. To check. I-check natin. Z is equal to 3 cis pi. Check nga natin. This is 3 cosine pi plus 3i sine pi. Sin pi, di ba? Okay, what is cosine pi? That's negative 1. 3i. What is sine pi? Sin pi, 0. So negative 3 plus 0i, which is equal to negative 3. Ayan. So pareho siya. So therefore, tama yung sagot natin. Tama ito. Okay? Gets? Madali lang, di ba? Ayan, gets naman. Practice lang ang kailangan dito. Okay. This one is just the same as the one that we did. Ito naman baliktad. Pero let's try this. Madali lang naman siya. Okay. Let's take number 1. So z sub 1 is equal to 2i or 0 plus 2i. Ganito. Okay, i-plot mo lang siya. Saan mo siya makikita? Anong axis mo siya makikita, Kyle? Okay, y. Or sa imaginary axis, di ba? So this is 2. Okay, so therefore, what's the radius? 2. And what's the theta, the argument? 90 or pi over 2. Ayan, tapos na. So z is equal to 2 cis pi over 2. Done. Okay? Ayun na, tapos na. That's how we do it. Diba? It's just so easy. And make sure the radius is always positive because radius is distance. That's why you always try to put it in absolute value. All right? Don't forget that. Okay? Okay, so this is a new topic and I think we should be discussing this next time. Right? Medyo info overload na tayo. So far, any question, Kyle? Wala. Okay. So it's just a matter of practice for you to master the concept about the polar form of a complex number. Okay? Okay na, Kyle? Wala nang tanong so far? Okay, good. And I hope everything is okay. Okay, and thank you and keep safe. Bye, Kyle.